5270, or go ahead and comment on the Facebook live stream on the @Y94 official Facebook page. So, Dean says, long story short, I've been intimate with my boss's wife. It started a few months ago before I got started at this job, but he brought her on into a work event the other day, and I knew right then and there what happened, and my stomach turned. I could see on her face she was horrified too. Basically, we hooked up a few months ago after meeting at the bar. Didn't know she was married, obviously, but when he introduced us, he said they'd been married for 6 years. Am I supposed to tell my relatively new boss that I've gotten busy with his wife? Now there's a bit more to it. I've hung out with my boss a couple times now, too. I dare say we may become friends. And the deal with his wife, it wasn't a one-time thing. I've probably seen her 7 times since. The most recent time was 2 weeks before this work event. What should I do here? Well, you should probably stop getting busy with your boss's wife. That's step number 1.
Yeah. What a
I wouldn't do that again, but would you tell your new boss, like, hey, I got a story for you?
I don't know. I don't know.
Not so sure?
Okay, 1, you for sure stopped seeing her. It's been 7 times now. Now you do know she's married. You didn't previously, but now you're becoming friends with her husband, who is your boss. I would distance yourself from him. Only treat him as your boss. He's no longer your friend, just because who knows what this could turn into. But then maybe you do reach out to her and just say, hey, what's going on? Why didn't you ever tell me you were married? And now this man's my boss.
Well, it sucks because it sounds like it's a friend too, right? Like it's not just his boss. You obviously have like an emotional connection to this guy now. You guys are friends. And so it sucks because you feel bummed that his wife cheats on him. And then that you're the reason that she's cheating. Like I'm assuming too that you're not the only one she does this with.
Is it possible they have like an open relationship or something, do you think? Is that a possibility? You know, maybe he knows that she goes in, probably not you specifically, but maybe she knows that she's doing stuff with people.
Wouldn't you think she would say that? Like,
Yeah.
hey, I do want to say I'm married, but it's an open relationship.
Probably about the time I got introduced at a work event. I probably would want to mention it about that time, don't you think? Because by the time you bring that up, obviously they have each other's phone numbers. They got busy 7 times. What were you thinking? Does he say something to his boss or anything like that? Playhouse, good morning.
I mean, I think that honestly, like, if somebody wants a cheater, always a cheater, right?
Sure.
So I totally think that, like, if she's cheating on her husband with this guy, she's totally cheating on him with other guys. And at this point, I would just, like, have this guy ask himself what's more, like, meaningful to him right now. You know, this fling that he's having or this friendship that seems to have actually, like, developed over time.
Or his job. You kind of missed a third option there. You know, is his job important? Right out of the gate, he's getting a lot of text messages from the looks of it. What are we seeing for him at 35-270?
A lot of people are saying that they just feel really bad. It's a tough situation to be in. Somebody else said, don't feel guilty. This isn't your fault. You shouldn't be the one who feels like they're cheating. She's the cheater. She made the decision. You did not know that she was married. If anything, maybe write a note to the boss saying, hey, be careful. I don't think your wife is being faithful. Somebody else said, I think that if you say anything to the boss, things could really be messy for you and you will look like the bad guy even though you did do something wrong. Someone else said, I wouldn't say anything to stop talking to the wife. But somebody else said, I would say something to the boss, but just say you didn't know.
Hey, really been enjoying the job so far. Everybody here is really nice. It was nice to meet your wife the other day at the company barbecue or whatever it was. By the way, totally hooked up with her 8 times or so. Just thought you should know. Didn't know she was your wife at the time. Bye.
How awkward that would make work so awkward. That's what. Then do you keep it quiet, or else it's going to ruin the friendship? Then
you probably touch base with her if nothing else. Be like, listen, so we've been doing stuff. Didn't mention you're married. That's my boss. What am I supposed to do with this?
And I'm sure you'll get a sob story and all this other kind of stuff. I would separate yourself from her completely. Also, like, pull back on your friendship with your boss, and just not saying. I wouldn't say anything because I think it's going to affect your job. Well, it will for sure affect your job.
Taylor, you had something you want to throw out there? What are you thinking today?
Well, I'm honesty is the best policy because I figure she's going to end up fessing up anyway.
Sure.
So I'd rather just be the first one to tell him. So I say be honest and just be like, hey, this was before I knew you. And I just lied and said I didn't know she was married.
Well, he didn't, though. He didn't know.
No.
That is true. Do you give her a heads up? Hey, I'm going to your husband and I'm telling him what happened.
Well, I don't know. Then you get worried about, is there a side that she's going to say before you get a chance to get to him? I don't know.
Yeah.
And I'm just going to say this. Clearly, she's not, a person who puts other people first. If she's
That's
cheated on her
accurate.
husband 7 to 8 times, I would be very weary of trusting anything she says and not be surprised if she throws you under the bus for this.
It does look like most people are saying they would probably talk to one or the other, though there's not a clear. There's about as many people saying they talk to her as saying they talk to the boss. So we could certainly keep those votes going in, even though I think it's kind of run its course with what we could do for them. You could text that 35270. You could comment on the Facebook video if you'd like to do that, and that way he can just kind of get a consensus of who should I talk to? Who would most people talk to in this? Because I feel like he's going to talk to somebody, but where does he start? Her or him? That's the real question now.
Yeah, it's kind of messy. I just think if you hook up with someone 7 times, that's a ongoing thing.
It's like a relationship. I'm not even sure I'd call that a fling. You're like dating his wife.
No, they are not dating.
So
You got busy 8 times, 7, 8 times?
Yeah, that's pretty serious.
What's
and if
dating to you?
I mean, okay, I wouldn't say.
Was there Applebee's first? I think it's dating. That's dating.
I wouldn't say they know each other well. I would say yes, but it took that long to finally come about that she has a husband.
Well,
They're
that's
not
why-
dating
that's
because
why
he hasn't been to her house.
It would have never come up she had a husband if she didn't come to the work event, though.
How would he would just never go to her house?
They'd just be getting busy and eating out to
Hotels?
dinners and hotels and stuff. Eventually, he'd probably realize that's weird.
That's probably why I don't think she has an open marriage, because if you're someone who has an open marriage, you're open with that from the very beginning, not 7 dates in, surprise at a barbecue.
Yeah. I think Jamie's probably got this one spot on, man. I don't know what you consider to be dating, but there's something going on there.
He even said hooked up.
8 times? 8 times?
It's not like they're in a relationship, because then that's even more. That makes more
What
things
constitutes a
complicated.
relationship? 37?
When you start to have the conversation with the person, are we exclusive?
I mean, are you even sure you and Steven are dating? Did you have the talk?
Yes,
Like,
we did.
This guy for sure thought this woman, he said he met her at a bar. He just single woman. He did not know that she had any ties to somebody else.
Once is a hookup. 2, 3 times is a fling. I'll give you even 3 or 4. 7 times, 8 times, congratulations, you have a girlfriend,
Yeah.
and she's a married woman to your boss.
I don't think they're in a relationship. You can have a person that you just meet up with at the end of the night, and it looks like that's what they were doing randomly.
Oh, an F-boy.
Yes.
Okay, I'm with you now. I don't know. I think that's what is a fling and what is like a thing. I don't know.
He's not even saying that they hooked up, you guys, 7 times. He's saying he's seen her
Yeah.
that many times. They could have even just been hanging
And they
out.
met at a bar, so there's drinks and stuff.
I think it was a hookup.
It's not like they're just rolling up into the Motel 6 or whatever. Was there any other text for him before we call it?
Yeah, somebody said it is a marriage between 2 people. He needs to speak with her and cut ties. Somebody else said that's cheating. Tell the boss honesty is the best. Somebody else said, I actually wouldn't say anything. He has no idea what happens between the wife and his boss behind closed doors. Have a conversation with her, then distance yourself. Somebody else said, won't say a word and don't talk to her anymore.
Yeah, I mean, you definitely don't want to be hanging out with her again unless you really don't like having a job.
Yeah, and somebody did throw in there too, like if you're really concerned about your job, bring HR into it.